Hi Royal Gang, it's the Queen of Georgetown serving fresh face today. Yes, I know it's been a long time since I posted any videos, and hopefully you guys can forgive me once you hear my great news. Stay tuned. All right, well, some of you already know by now, and if you don't, you might have already guessed it, probably from the changes in my face, that I've had the baby. Yes, he's here, guys. He was born on March 10th, 2020. It was a phenomenal day. I'm so happy. I'm so proud to be a mom finally. My experience was different. It was interesting. It wasn't what I was expecting. But I'm here to tell you guys all about it. Now, the last video I said that maybe or maybe not, I might share, my experience with you guys via vlog. I did record the whole process. However, after I went back and I watched it, I decided that I wanted to keep it personal. It was just, I've shared a lot with you guys in my blog, if you follow that. When I got to the video part of the actual birth, of course, some of it was limited. The hospitals don't let you record too much, but through video and photos, I got to capture that moment. And after I watched it, I was just super emotional, and I just wanted to kind of keep that for him, for the baby, so that, one day he can kind of look back and say, oh, wow, or just for family. Some things you just kind of want to keep to yourself, right? Okay, so this video is really all about me telling you the things that people don't talk about, childbirth and delivery and all of that. So hopefully this will help. Oh, by the way, the baby is sleeping. He's here. I know I said I had a baby and they're like, what's the baby? Well, he's here. He's just sleeping. This is the best time for me to record. If he wakes up, I'll definitely introduce you guys, and I'll definitely post some pictures so that you can see as well. And I think that's him waking up. Okay, also learn. Anyway, y'all, let me tell you. It was crazy. So look, I don't even know where to start, but I'll say this. The actual delivery process was smooth. I didn't have any issues with that at all. Like, he came out that thing, he was ready to come out here. He was ready to, let me out. He was amazing. He came out perfectly healthy. So I was, very happy about that. My biggest concern, not that I was concerned like that, but was him. He was my priority in this delivery process. I just want to make sure he was safe, right? So it was around Friday. I was supposed to be induced on a Tuesday, and I was praying that he just came on his own. My water broke, and he was in position, but the sac it was tough, your girl was, clank, clank. It just wasn't happening. And so I had a few false alarms. I thought my water broke, but it wasn't. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a leak or whatever it was. I went to the doctors. They said there's no leak, so you're fine. Go home. So that Saturday night, I started spotting, I guess. And so I went to the doctor. I was freaking out. And they were like, well, you know what? I started spotting. On that Monday, I went in because I just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Doctor was like, your induction is tomorrow, but there's not even any point in waiting for tomorrow. Go ahead and go to the hospital right now. And I'm like, ooh, but I got this thing I got to do at the house real quick. Can I just do that and then go tomorrow morning early? And they was like, no, go now. If anything happens, I don't want to be held responsible. You need to go to the doctor. So of course we went home anyway. you know, took a shower, got some things, you know, got the house, make sure we did a quick, you know, glance, like, is everything ready for baby? All right, we're good, let's go. So me and my husband, we went to the hospital. I pre-registered at the hospital, so that was very smooth. I just want to let you guys know as well, this was during the coronavirus pandemic, so this is early on, but people were coming in there sick. And so it was like they had priority because I was induced and I was in active labor. They didn't made me wait a little bit for the people who were coming in. Some people were upset, they didn't want to wear a mask. It was just a horrible situation. And so then we finally get in there. They make you wipe yourself down with this towel, with this thing, and each rag has a specific thing for your body, for a specific spot on your body or something like that. So the nurse laid out some, you know, napkins and was like, hey, I can come in there and, you know, wipe you. She wanted to wipe me down like Boosie. And I was like, no, I can wipe myself. Thank you. And so after that, you know, they started putting IVs and everything like that. So we're good. We're ready. And they hook up the machine that's supposed to track your contractions. I was having contractions. They were actually 5 minutes apart. So that's typically when you would go to the hospital. But nothing was happening. And so they would check me and they was like, oh, you're half a centimeter dilated. And I was like, you have to be kidding me, because these contractions are real. I don't feel half a centimeter contractions. I'm feeling like more like 5, 6, 7, 8 contractions. So I don't know how this is supposed to work, but check again. Anyway, they put some drugs in, of course, just to kind of relax the cervix and to do all that jazz. And she was like, oh, you'll give birth this time tomorrow. I said, this time what? Tomorrow? That's a long time from now. That's 24 hours from now. I'm not. What are you talking about? And so anyway, after that, they put the drugs in and things started going fast. I went from like 0 to 7 in a very short period of time. And they were like, whoa, this doesn't, you know, we were expecting it to be longer, but, you know, I was like, listen, the baby was ready to come out. All he needed was a little bit of, you know, a little bit of help on my side, on my body side, but he was ready. He was in position. So when dilation happened quickly, because he was already down, and I told him, like, I can feel his head, like, kind of like trying to, you know, anyway. So that happened. And here comes the part about pain. At first, I was cool. I was, you know, ooh, contractions. All the contractions that I felt were in my back. I didn't feel nothing in the front. Nothing. My back, it felt like somebody was like, just squeezing. You know, like you had like cramps in your back, like period cramps, but in your back. So that happened. I was like, whoa. Yeah. You know, every like 5 minutes, it was like, So that was not too bad. But then when I got to like that 7-ish centimeters dilated, I had to have a come to Jesus moment where I was like, okay, I know I don't want to do the epidural. These contractions is something serious. Like, I could try to push without it, but why? You know, like, why? I already know this whole situation just wasn't, you know, it wasn't playing the way I wanted it anyway. So at this point, I was like, whole plan out the window. Give me the drugs. Come on, doc. Hurry up. So we got the drugs. And this is where things started to get weird. The lady came in, and as soon as she walked in the door, I have this, I don't know. Anyway, as soon as she walked in the door, I had a feeling. I had a weird feeling that things were about to be weird. So she comes in, I'm having contractions, and they do the epidural while you're contracting and you can't move. So if you have a contraction in the middle of the epidural, you got to keep still, which is hard. But my husband was holding my hand and I was sitting up, and he was just like, come on, focus. You got this. Right? Great job, hubby. Great job. Husband did a great job. So the lady comes in, she's doing the epidural, and she kind of pushes the needle too far to the left. So at this point, my whole leg goes, like, my whole left leg. And I was like, my leg. And she was like, which one? What's happening? And I was like, it's my left leg. I can't feel it. And so it's not that I couldn't feel it. It felt like the lightning bolt just struck straight through that leg. And I tell you now, to this day, I still feel it, which is crazy. But she did that, and she kind of was moving around. And at that point, I knew, I was like, oh, this can't be good. So that happened. Then I went into labor, smooth. I still felt that leg situation, which is weird because I'm like, I'm supposed to be 100% numb, but I still feel the sensation in my leg. And so we go into labor. Everything is fine. They say I was pushing for like 40 minutes. It felt like I was pushing for like 10, 15 minutes, and it came out, I was chilling. When them drugs kick in. So, that was good. He came out. They said push, push, push. I've always wondered what the sensation would feel like. So let me explain it to you from my experience. I don't know if it's because I was having like what they call back labor, but they said push. Now the epidural numbs. I wanted to have the baby on my knees so it can come out naturally. But when you're drugged, when you're numbed, you can't do that because it's not safe. You can't really hold yourself up anyway in order to push, you know, downward instead of on your back. So that was out the window with my birth plan. So with that, they kept saying to push. I was saying I was pushing in my brain, but I don't know what was going on down there because I was like, listen, I'm pushing, but I don't even know what muscle I'm using right now to push. I'm just trying to think as hard as I can to push using the right muscles. I never practiced this before. This is my first time. So I'm pushing, and so at this point, I'm reading their body language. So I'm reading the reactions like, oh, am I doing it right? So I'm just pushing. And if I get a good vibe, a good reaction, then that means I'm doing it right. Because right now, I really don't feel much of anything. So I just did the thing, you know what I'm saying? I pushed and he came out. So then after that, it was just like a beautiful moment. I don't know, there's like this really small moment. I don't even know if it's small. It's just this real significant moment when you give birth. It's like, whoa. He's real. Like, this is a living, breathing person that just came out of my belly. Out of my, you know. So I'm just like, wow, this is my baby. Like, a baby, a person. You know, you hold them for so long in your belly, you carry them for so long in your belly, that when they finally come out, it's like, wow, it's an amazing experience. They put him on my chest immediately to do skin to skin. And the minute they put him on there, he peed on me. Yes, he did. He likes to do that to this day. He likes to pee-pee on people. He likes to pee-pee on mommy and pee-pee on daddy. But that's the first thing he did. When they put him on there, I felt this hot liquid just rolling down my belly and my chest and going down my hip. And I was like, oh, he's peeing. So that was the first thing that he did when he came out. He was a strong baby. He was, you know, had a strong cry. Nana pulled out the phone to take a picture, and he picked up his head like, hello. But he's a beautiful boy. We love him dearly. All right, so this is all happy part. You know, everything went great. Now this is where things got weird. Did tear. I had a 2nd degree tear, which I'm glad I got that epidural. When I had that come to Jesus moment, Jesus led me in the right direction. Okay. My God, he tore me, 2nd degree tear. So they was down there just stitching me up while he was doing skin to skin. So after that, I was fine and I didn't feel a thing. When the epidural wore off,